the stator and the rotor. The rotor is the rotating component that gets attached to machinery like saws and pumps. The stator turns the rotor by performing two astonishing feats. First, the stator generates an electric current in the rotor without any parts touching. Next, the stator turns the rotor without any motor, without any parts, turns the rotor by performing how? The electric motor, it has just two main components, the stator and the rotor. The rotor is the rotating component that gets attached to machinery like saws and pumps. Rotating component that gets attached to machinery like the rotor is the rotating component. That gets attached to machinery like saws and pumps. The stator turns the rotor by performing two astonishing feats. First, the stator generates an electric current in the without any First, the stator generates an electric current in the rotor without any parts touching. Next, the stator turns the rotor without any moving parts. To understand it, let's take it apart. The stator is a hollow cylinder. Inside, 3 copper wires are wound in 3 different pairs of coils, threaded all around the stator's inner wall. When the motor is plugged in, electricity flows into each pair of coils, one after the other. That's key, because when an electric current passes through a copper coil, that coil becomes a magnet, an electromagnet. With these 3 pairs of electromagnets, the stator can make enough electricity flow to power the rotor. Here's how. The rotor is a solid cylinder that fits inside the stator. It has a series of highly conductive aluminium rods embedded in its surface. The stator's electromagnets must make electricity flow into those aluminium rods to power the rotor. To do that, those magnets must be in motion close to the rods. But the thing is, the coils never move because the stator never moves. Okay, so how can those magnets be in motion if the stator never moves? The stator has to simulate motion. The pairs of copper coils only become magnets when electricity flows through them. The stator never sends electricity through all three pairs at the same time. It switches them on and off, one after the other. They become magnets one after the other, in an overlapping pattern all around the inside face of the stator. The magnets simulate the motion of one pair of magnets spinning along the stator's inside wall.